Today on Houston Life, freezing temps being thawed by warm hearts. The thank yous from the community as people continue to get through these low temps.
And your questions about the COVID-19 vaccines answered. We're speaking with an expert from Memorial Hermann about what you need to know before you make your appointments.
Plus, we take a look at the beauty of African culture at the GITE Gallery and learn why the owner wants to shine a spotlight on Black art and talent.
And we're going to chat with two of the local stars of HBO Max's reality series House of Ho about putting their families and Houston on the small screen. All of that and more happening today on Houston Life.
Live from Studio B and KPRC2. Houston Life starts now.
All right, folks, the end of the week is near. You know what that means, warmer temperatures outside. So glad to have you with us today on Houston Life, Thursday, February 18th, 2021. I'm Derek Shore.
And I'm Courtney Savala. Before we get to Houston Life today, we do want to mention that we are standing by and expecting a press conference from Governor Abbott to provide an update from Austin on winter weather and power response as well. So stay with us. We will be bringing that press conference shortly. And so I know before we get to, it's so good to see you.
It's good to see you. I have a million questions for you. You and your unshowered self. We're going to get to more of that in just a moment.
Dirty's in.
I would have no idea you haven't taken a shower.
It's been days.
You look great. And people were showering here at the station, but then we ran out of water here. So don't worry.
Got here just in time to run out of water.
Just in time to not take a shower.
Exactly.
Okay, why don't we turn it on over to the expert chief meteorologist, Frank Billingsley, who's standing by in Studio A. Frank, it is great to see you.
Thank you.
So give us the 411. I know today it's a different picture for a lot of people. A lot more homes with power on, but there's a lot of damage out there.
Oh, there's a lot of damage. Well, Facebook, you can see all of the pipes that burst and all of the damage because of that. That's been one of the big ones. Of course, have you looked at any plants around town?
Yeah, those are gone.
It's not good.
I know. Don't panic. A lot of them will come back. Believe it or not, I know. But the problem is we got to go through one more hard freeze tonight. These temperatures right now are a big warm up. Look at that. 42, 43 in Pearland, 40 in Sugar Land, but still cold. Huntsville's 31, 32 in Brenham, 31 at Bryan College Station. There was a winter weather advisory that was canceled because all of the winter weather and a little bit of sleet and a flurry really isn't reaching the ground. So that's not a problem. But the hard freeze begins at 9 a.m. and goes until Friday, I should say midnight till Friday 9 a.m. Freezing temperatures of 15 to 25. So protect exposed pipes and, of course, get those swimming pools running. You don't want those pipes to be exposed. Plants. I don't know what we're going to do about plants. We've tried, right? And then just if you haven't already, drain your sprinkler system. So it's not hard to do. In fact, I put how to do it on my Facebook page so you can see it there. There's the Exactrack radar, but again, that's really just not even reaching the ground. And the futurecast for that continues to really just get it on out of here. So we're not really worried about that. It's these numbers overnight, these teens and these mid-20s, upper 20s even at Galveston. Although you're not under the hard freeze warning, you could still see freezing or a little below. Generally speaking, a hard freeze is 24 or below. And once you get to 20 degrees for 6 hours or more, that's when you can really have some serious pipe problems. So that's one of the things we're going to have to really watch out for there. In the meantime, the wintry precip does end. Very cold for Friday morning and a slow weekend warm-up. But the key is warm-up, 58 to 64. And then Monday, 20% chance of a shower, but not worried about that. And 30% Thursday. But more than anything, just look at all the temperatures, 60s and 70s and 40s and 50s. So we really have a light at the end of the tunnel. That's the good news.
That is the good news. And I think by now maybe our mosquitoes might be in hibernation as well.
You know, I talked to the mosquito guy about that. And he said that's true. They're dormant, but they're going to come back.
Oh, yes, they will.
They always come back.
Yeah.
They're indestructible. They'll probably come back like quadruple the size given the year we've had so far.
And the power,
And the power.
They're like buzzards.
Put a saddle on that baby and ride him into summer. All right, Frank, it's good to see you, my friend.
Thank you.
And it's good to see you, Derek. I know, it's been a couple of days. I literally had a full-on conversation with Orlando arguing with him today because I said, no, today is not Thursday, it's Friday. It is Thursday, Courtney. No, it's not. It's Friday. I have no idea.
You're not alone. So many people have been disoriented. We saw each other on
Monday?
Tuesday. Monday was President's Day.
Yes.
But we were preempted by bad weather coverage, so we were on the air on Tuesday. We were? Were we? We were.
We were. I don't see. It's like, who's on first?
I had a whole conversation with myself.
I know. Well, you know what's funny is I'm thinking when you talked about no shower, you know, we have no water, and I'm thinking I did shower on Tuesday, but it was not a proper shower because the shower that we had was literally drops. So actually my proper shower happened on Monday, which is quite sad if today's Thursday.
That's a few days ago.
Lots of cowboy baths happening. I packed up all my stuff. I was like, this is gonna be great. I'll take a shower at work. I got all my product, shower cap, don't have to mess with the hair. Literally walk in the door at like 12:30. Alert, 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 can't shower anymore. And I'm thinking, you have got to be kidding me.
Well, I wouldn't have known. I think your hair looks great. They say you're only supposed to wash your hair once in a while.
Oh yeah, I'm not worried about the hair. It's the
it's
the rest of me. You know me, I never wash my hair. I never do. But dirty's in. Everybody's dirty, so it's all good.
And you're not alone. So many people are in the same boat. I took a cold shower yesterday morning, which was unpleasant, but I was trying to keep perspective. Like, at least we still had water, right?
Absolutely.
And then this morning, we're still under the boil water notice here in Houston, unless that has been lifted, and I don't know, but it is still in effect, the last I checked. And this morning, I got in the shower. It was warm. It was a relief. So, of course, I mean, I open my mouth when I shower. Like, I get water in my mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's probably not a good thing to do while the boil water notice is in effect. Did the same thing, brushed my teeth before I realized that, oh, maybe I should have used bottled water, but it all worked out. It's been so cold. Like, honestly, I've just wanted to take a vacation, maybe to go to Mexico or something. Oh. But then I realized that would be wrong because I have a job here in Texas.
To show up for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm going to stay here and do my job.
I think it's a perfect thing to do.
But maybe one day I'll take that vacation.
Maybe one day when things calm down a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
You know.
So the pipes bursting. I know a couple days ago you texted about your friends Randy and Sarah whose pipe burst. And I can't believe this is a scenario that has been replicated all over in and around the Houston area. You know, our producer Olivia, her pipe burst. Did you see this video? I think we actually have video of it.
Yeah.
Check this out. So the nice waterfall coming down from the ceiling, and they ripped up all their carpet. You can see Olivia, I think it shows her sort of walking through a few inches of water.
And newly remodeled, too.
Oh, my gosh. So frustrating. So many people are in a mess. And Houstonians, we're accustomed to dealing with floods and water events and hurricanes when the weather is warm outside, right?
Right, and how we can live without our AC, right?
Totally, but the misery of going through something like this, a flood at home when it has been so cold outside, we just, I mean, our hearts go out to our producer Olivia, her husband, and so many people who are in very uncomfortable situations right now.
And I feel like that there are so many people that I know that this has happened to. Randy McElvoy, right here at KPRC, his pipes burst in his home. Had somebody rush out and help him cap that. They'll worry about the repair later. Layla with our friend from Joy Box Flowers. Pipe burst in her home.
Oh, no.
Sada with the Houston
Sugarland Moms Group.
Yes. Her pipes burst. I mean, it's just one after another, after another, after another. And, you know, as we always say, Houston strong, we'll get through it together. We just need the temperatures to warm up a little bit more and to, you know, put this behind us.
We are resilient, but it's getting annoying. It's getting really annoying.
Getting real annoying.
When I was driving to work the other morning and the roads were so icy and I was going so slowly, that day that you called me to warn me about all the black ice ahead,
on Tuesday.
I was just thinking, is this the end of the world? Because it kind of feels like it. And I remember when 2020 was ending and everyone was saying, yeah, we can't wait for 2020.
Like we were exhaling,
we're leaving this horrible year in the dust. And my mom kept saying to me repeatedly, careful what you wish for, because there is no guarantee that 2021 will be any better.
Right.
And so far, it's a stinker.
It's a stinker. You are so right.
It's bad. But it's, as always, it's nice to see people pitching in and doing good things for other people in the
I hear you coughing. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Are you all right?
I'm trying not to sneeze.
He's having a situation. Can we talk about it? You took in some people that didn't have power or water.
That is true, and we love these people. They're two of our dear friends.
Except?
Well, there was a cat involved.
And we're both highly allergic. I'm starting to itch now.
I think I'm itching. I feel really hot.
I mean, I'm surprised. Did you take like a Zyrtec or something, or a Benadryl?
A Zyrtec. I mean, I took a whole bottle.
Oh, boy.
I'm on Zyrtec, Claritin, all of that. And our friend Jenny, hi Jenny if you're watching, and Carrie. It was so great having them over. no power, no heat in their homes. So deathly allergic Derek, somehow, you know, there's a cat, and I don't know. We're burning all of our furniture at this point. Okay, I think we're going to take a hard turn now and go to Austin to join the governor for this press conference. And of course, the last couple of days, there are a lot of people out there demanding answers. How did this happen, and how do we prevent it from happening again?
Absolutely. And by the way, I know that the power company has been working, and so the numbers are getting lower, and hopefully we'll get some more answers as we listen to Governor Greg Abbott in Austin for a news conference, as I understand that he is sitting down at the podium.
Now we're going to get you back to Houston Life.
All right, guys. Thanks so much.
Yeah, a lot going on. And again, so many people demanding answers. As Texans, we take pride in doing things our own way. And I think a lot of people have said we take pride in the fact that we have this independent energy grid that is not subject to the same federal safety regulations, which perhaps, you know, could have prevented the situation we had over the last few days. I think, though, I'm not alone when I say watching the news, I have felt absolutely sick seeing people die of carbon monoxide poisoning, the house fires, that family down in Sugar Land who lost 3 children in that house fire. So much of this could have been prevented, and I feel like moving forward, we need to get some answers and maybe change the way things have been done for a while.
Absolutely. Change is good.
Change is good. We shouldn't be afraid of it. All right, coming up on Houston Life, these last few days, of course, have been very cold, to say the least. Some people in the community, though, are warming hearts. The local business opening up their location in order to help others.
Plus, Joe Sam is checking out some beautiful artwork at the GITE Gallery and its importance to the African-American community. Houston Life will be back in 2 minutes.
What you know about me? Just what the people say.
Well, welcome back. You know, we love hearing from y'all, our viewers, and so many great acts of kindness, or how you guys are getting a little creative with charging your phones. Before we get to that, though, we want to tell you that Rooftop Cinema, you know, the drive-in movie theater, it's now opened its venue to the public as a relief station. It opened today at 3 o'clock. It's a drive-up location. You can charge your devices, hop on some Wi-Fi, even grab some free snacks and drinks, all starting today at 3 o'clock, going till 8 p.m. All of it is free of charge, and maybe just, you know, pencil in a drive-in movie theater movie a little bit later on in the year.
Yeah, to go back and visit them.
Yeah,
for sure.
But it's really a great idea.
And I think they have little goodie bags as well, which is super cool. If you haven't checked out Rooftop Cinema Club, that location, it's worth your while. Again, you can stop by, get a drink and some snacks, charge up your phone, and it is one of the best views of downtown Houston. So
Absolutely,
it's a
just
great
top
place
navigation.
to shoot some photos.
Absolutely.
Well, as you just mentioned, Courtney, we love hearing from you, our viewers, and today we want you to do just that. Send us a thank you note thanking someone who maybe helped you over the past few days. Again, it has been a weird week here in Houston, and we're going to share your note of thanks right here on the air. So let us know by visiting our Houston Life Facebook page.
Absolutely. It's good stuff.
Okay, let's shift gears now. With the rollout of COVID-19 vaccines in the past few weeks, many may still be questioning the safety, side effects, and effectiveness of the vaccine.
And here with answers to some of the most frequently asked questions is infectious disease expert with Memorial Hermann, Dr. Linda Yancey. Welcome to the show. Great to see you.
Good afternoon. I hope you guys are staying warm.
We are, definitely. We're carrying on one day at a time, right? We hope you're safe and warm as well. And I know a lot of people had a lot of questions regarding the vaccine effectiveness over the last couple of days with this cold snap.
So the vaccine is still safe and effective for the majority of strains circulating in our area. The worry during cold snaps is that it is easier to spread respiratory viruses like COVID during the cold. It chills our nose and sinuses, and that makes it easier for the virus to take hold and cause disease.
And Dr. Yancey, because you are an expert in this field, you practice medicine, does it sort of drive you crazy when people are, instead of listening to science and medicine, that, well, I heard this one thing on Facebook, I need to investigate that? Does it make you crazy that a lot of people out there are still afraid of getting vaccinated?
Yeah, Google is not always our friend. There's a lot of misinformation out there, but there's also a lot of good information at websites like the CDC. So we're going out and telling people as much as we can, you know, here are the facts. It's a safe, effective vaccine. Masks are safe and effective. It's just getting that messaging out to everybody.
And I should mention, too, after you get the vaccine, we shouldn't be walking around taking our masks off and thinking, I got the vaccine, everything's good. What do we do after the vaccine?
So after that first dose of the vaccine, you are not yet protected. It takes until at least a week after the second dose for that protection to kick in. So you are not bulletproof after that first dose. It's super important to wear your mask, to stay socially distanced. And because we don't know if the vaccine prevents transmission yet, we're asking everybody to continue to mask until we figure that out.
What about side effects? Because this is a question, a point that a lot of people are raising. What can people expect after receiving either of the vaccine doses?
So these are very immunogenic vaccines, which is a good news, bad news situation. The good news is you're going to get consistent high-level protection with both of these vaccines. The bad news is your arm is going to hurt and you're probably going to run fevers for 72 hours after the vaccine. This sounds terribly mean to say, but that's a really good sign. That's a nice brisk immune response, and you're going to get high-level protection and good virus-killing antibodies from that.
And right now, we're still in limited quantities. I mean, we're still dealing with the people who need this vaccine, who are getting it and getting an appointment, are those of certain age, and then depending on if they're healthcare workers. Is that right?
Yes, that is correct. We're still limiting this to people over a certain age and with certain health conditions and frontline workers. Now, we expect that that is going to end soon. It's estimated that we'll be able to open up vaccine distribution to the general public sometime in April. I can't wait. I want everybody vaccinated yesterday.
And I know that people are frustrated. Dr. Yancey, you just mentioned it is, we all want to be vaccinated yesterday. Many of us do. How are we doing just nationally? Because I know that that President Biden, in the first 100 days of office, he said we were going to vaccinate 100 million people. That averages out to 1 million a day. We're actually a little bit ahead of that, right? Doing 1.7 per day?
Yes, everyone around the country is prioritizing this. Right now, 12% of the country has received at least one dose of the vaccine. 4% of the country is fully protected. We are aiming to get 50% of the country vaccinated by the summer, and hopefully 90% of the country vaccinated by the beginning of November.
All right, Memorial Hermann infectious disease expert, Dr. Linda Yancey, thanks so much for your time today.
Oh, certainly. Thanks for chatting. Stay safe.
Thanks, you too. And for accurate and up-to-date information related to Memorial Hermann's COVID-19 vaccine distribution process, you can visit memorialhermann.org or call 713-222-2273.
Great information. Remember also double masking.
Double mask.
Really important now, too. Well, don't go anywhere. When we come back, we are taking a look at what you had to say about our question of the day. We asked you to send a thank you to someone who has helped in this time of need.
And later, Joe Sam takes a look at the GITE Gallery and how they are uplifting African artists and showcasing them deservedly so. Houston Life will be back in 2 minutes.
Well, welcome back to Houston Life. It's so good to be back together, seeing all of you, Derek and Courtney with you. I don't even know what day it is.
I don't either, and I feel like it's been so long since we've just had a regular show. So
I was going to say a regular shower.
That too.
I was thinking.
That too. Well, we know a lot of you are feeling the same way, in the same boat. And earlier in today's show, we did ask you to send thank you notes to someone who has helped you. And here's some of what you had to say. Mark writes in, to my neighbor Tom, who has a whole house generator and offered us the opportunity to run an extension cord across the street from his home to ours. It's allowed us to keep electronics charged and, most importantly, coffee.
Oh, even better.
Critical. So nice.
I know. Okay, Chelsea writes in, Mattress Mac.
That's right. He opened up his doors to help people get warm. And Beatrice writes in, William Ferguson gave water for free to a lot of people yesterday in Greatwood, Sugarland, including people who couldn't leave their homes. Kudos to him. Very nice, William Ferguson.
And Catherine wrote in, huge shout out to our first responders, police officers, dispatchers, firefighters, etc., who have been working 14+ hour days since Sunday. Oh, I think she's talking about Mario.
Oh, Mario, her boyfriend.
Yes.
Very nice. Yes, of course, thanks to all of our first responders and just the neighbors out there doing acts of kindness for their neighbors.
I know. And a big thank you to my friend and sort of neighbor, the Hartleys. We took shelter with them yesterday, got warm, charged up all of our things, and had a fabulous meal and a few laughs. So it was a lot of fun.
We made a list of people without water and power, and it was
The same boat.
Everyone was in the same boat, so glad we're on the back end of that.
Absolutely.
One day you'll get that shower, Courtney.
One day.
Okay, after the break, a look at the African art and the man who is bringing it to Houston with a look inside the GITE Gallery.
Plus, February is Heart Health Awareness Month. We have the tips you need to know about getting checked and staying healthy. Houston Life will be right back.
It's been described as one of the most elegant galleries in the United States, showcasing the pride of South African culture.
Joe Sam had the opportunity to see why the GITE Gallery continues to shine a light on Black artists and provide education about the beauty of the Black community.
As we continue to celebrate Black history, we wanted to do so by celebrating art and culture, and we're doing that here today at the GITE Gallery, and I have the owner here with me to talk all about it. Lloyd, thanks so much for having me here.
The pleasure is always mine.
Now, it's something that's really interesting because you took your love of journalism and you discovered your passion of art, and all of this memorabilia that we see here comes from some of your travels. Tell us a little bit about you getting into collecting all of these amazing artifacts.
Well, as a child, I was always interested in Africa. So my first trip to Africa was in 1976, shortly after I finished undergrad. And I got bit by the bug, so to speak, and fell in love with the culture. And so I brought back items for friends of mine, paintings and sculptures and masks and those kinds of things as gifts. And they fell in love with them. So the next time I went, I came back and I said, hey, would you guys like to buy these? So over the years, while I was still working as a journalist, over the years, I would sell out of my house. And then when I decided that there was time for a transition, I knew what I was going to do, open an art gallery.
Because all of these pieces really tell a story as well, and you being a journalist for so long, you know the importance of stories being told, and you can find that within these pieces. What do you think the importance behind some of these artifacts that we see here in the gallery are?
So often we do not talk about the beauty of the African culture. And I think what our gallery does, since we do represent probably 90% of what we sell are fine paintings by African artists, we are exposing this community, not only the Houston community, but the Texas community and the nation, because we sell nationwide. We are exposing them to the beauty of the culture. The culture is captured in paintings and artifacts and those kinds of things. So that's what's so important, to share the beauty with the world of Africa.
What is the message that you're trying to push out by having this gallery here?
An appreciation of the continent of Africa, an appreciation of Black people in general throughout the diaspora, just in general, and an appreciation of how far we have come and how much further we have to go, because it does open up conversation about what's going on with Black people the world over, not only just here in Houston or in Texas, but the world. So it sets up a dialogue, and I think that's very important.
So I just want to say thank you for putting this here and bringing all of these different artifacts and memorabilia back here so we can learn more about African culture.
And thank you for highlighting us.
Absolutely. Now I got to go and check out some of these pieces myself.
Oh, and they're for sale.
Yeah.
They're for sale.
Right. So write the check up, you guys.
It's beautiful. Lloyd, by the way, is always up to share the stories behind many of the pieces you see in the gallery, and we'll be hosting upcoming showings soon so you can learn more about the African culture and traditions. If you would like more information, we will have a link on our website, HoustonLife.tv.
And still to come, in honor of American Heart Month, the 3 components to involve into your daily life to help you reduce the risks of heart disease. Stay right there. Houston Life will be right back.
Well, February is the month of all things heart-related, including love and Valentine's Day, but it's also American Heart Month, a time to raise awareness about heart disease.
Lauren Kelly spoke with Dr. Christopher Greaves with Elite Care 24-hour emergency center in Rice Village, who shares the warning signs and how you can make healthy choices to reduce the risk of heart disease.
Elite Care 24-hour emergency center in Rice Village is the safer, cleaner, faster, no-wait ER. And February is Heart Health Month, and I am here with our good friend, Dr. Christopher Greaves. How you doing today?
Doing well, thank you, Lauren.
All about Heart Health Month. Let's hear what you got.
So yes, I know a lot of you are looking forward to Valentine's Day. I think everybody should, because it represents 3 of the best ways to take care of your heart. Yes, Valentine's Day involves chocolate, and Valentine's Day involves romance, And yes, Valentine's Day can involve exercise. Those three components in your daily life, not just on Valentine's Day, have been shown to reduce the risk of heart disease and even a heart attack.
Let's talk about a few of the things you should be aware of in case of a heart attack or cardiac arrest. Shortness of breath, rapid heart rate, numbness, just a few of those.
Those are some of the characteristics to look out for. Most importantly is if you start having any type of chest discomfort during exercise, and that can simply be walking across the floor, walking up a set of stairs, even getting on that treadmill or bicycle. Please pay attention to that. Stop the routine you're doing and immediately call 911 or bring yourself here. Better if somebody can assist you so that we can quickly evaluate you for your chest complaint.
So, doctor, if a patient comes in with chest discomfort, what is the procedure?
That patient is immediately brought back into one of our beds in the emergency department, and we quickly get an EKG. That is an electrical tracing of your heart that we look for certain patterns consistent with a heart attack or heart arrhythmia. Then we give you medicine, aspirin. We put an IV line in, and then we start running labs while keeping you on a monitor to make certain there is no change second to second with your heart.
And the labs are done right here.
Yes, we have the capability to do that and have a turnaround time in 15 minutes. Sometimes that troponин's normal, but you're still having problems with your heart. Then we employ serial enzyme testing if you are stable, if you are unstable, or if that initial troponin is elevated. We have in place a transfer agreement that allows us to pick up the phone, quickly talk to a cardiologist, and get you to the appropriate place in the hospital. That way, we can prevent a broken heart.
I want to go back to the cacao bean. You mentioned that it's got wonderful benefit factors. Tell us about how it's so great for you.
It is known as one of nature's superfoods. It is known to be 10 times more potent than the antioxidants found in red wine without the side effects of alcohol. Now, a lot of cacao bean can be found in dark chocolate, but there's also milk chocolate if you prefer it.
Well, doctor, thank you so much for all the information. If you would like more, Elite Care 24-hour emergency center is online at elitecarehouston.com, or you can just give them a call at 713-527-4400.
Lauren, thank you for that. I love that chocolate made the list. I'd always heard that chocolate was good for your heart.
Right. In moderation, of course.
In moderation. Moderation in all things. Well, earlier in today's show, we asked you to send thank you notes to someone who has helped you. We wanted to share this nice comment we got from viewer Kim. Thanks to Frank, Justin, and the entire Channel 2 weather team for their once again superb coverage.
Absolutely.
That's so nice, Kim.
Amen to that.
We'll spread the word. And just so you know, I mean, in case you missed the memo, Justin slept on this couch. Frank slept on an air mattress over on that side of our studio. We had people sleeping in all parts of this building.
Oh, absolutely.
All right. Well, Courtney, it's great to see you. Let's do it again tomorrow, same time, same place.
I like it. And tomorrow's Friday.
Tomorrow is Friday. Something to look forward to. In the meantime, we're going to send it on over to Studio A. Keith and Christine standing by. Hi, guys.